Hi lads and lasses, welcome back to Mindfulness with Millie. So during lockdown, most of us have been feeding our guts rather than our minds. We've been binging, watching Netflix, watching season after season, instead of actually sitting down and getting your creative juices flowing pretty much. Some people may cringe at that, but you know. So it's all about getting your mind working, learning about new ideas and concepts that are foreign to you, but you can adapt to your day-to-day life. And I find there's a lot to learn within the spiritual world, and this is why I'm here creating this video for you today, so you can actually grow as a person and educate yourself instead of just using that spare time just to sit down and watch, things on TV that don't really serve a purpose to your day-to-day life. Unless of course, you're watching Gold Rush or something like that and you want to be someone who pans for gold, then by all means do it, huns, but do you. But I'm here to help you just basically train up your mind. So by reading helps strengthen your mind, and who doesn't like learning new things, right, that you can apply to day-to-day life. If you do struggle with reading, then please note that all these are available by audiobooks. Especially people who suffer from dyslexia. I know it's very difficult to read, or people with ADHD. I can relate with this. It is very difficult to sometimes just sit down and read a book. So these are available by audiobooks as well. So I've got all these books from, I think I bought them all from Amazon, to be honest. And these are like, how many have I got? 6 of my favourites, and I'll run through each of them with you. So I'm buzzing to get started, Hans. Okay, so the first one is a book that you can use every day. So myself personally, I like my morning routines and night routines. So I'll always try and do one thing in the morning that is good for my mind, body, connection to the universe, and increase my spiritual vibration, and also one thing in the evening as well. And it can be really small things, or it can be, say, half an hour you set aside for yourself. The reason why I like this book, so first of all, the book is by Kyle Gray. If you don't know who Kyle Gray is, he is an author that speaks normally about crystal healing, about chakras, about blocking the chakras so that your whole body works in sync with your mind and you higher your vibration. Kyle Gray is a young author, and he also is an international speaker about angels as well. So I've got an angel book by him as well. But if you're unfamiliar with angel energy, Kyle Gray is an excellent author, speaker to listen to, and to read from his work, and he explains it in a way which is relatable for everyone, not just those who are already deep in their spiritual journey. So he just has a really good way with words about angels, which is great. It's brilliant. So this book is Raise Your Vibration. So this is 111 practices to increase your spiritual connection. So with this book, there's a bit of an art to it, to be honest. So obviously you read it like a normal book, and it basically starts off with the basics, like about chakra systems, how it works, and then you've basically got affirmations for the day, and obviously you've got 111 of them, hence the name of the book. And you get vibes of the day, so they're basically affirmations you can either say in your head or you can read out loud. But the reason why I love this book is that every morning before I leave for my commute to work, what you can do once you finish the book is scroll through and then stop on a page, and that energy syncs up with you, and you can just read one. They literally take like a minute to read, not even that. You can see how short it is from there. And I read that, and it helps kickstart my day, helps focus my mind into a more of a positive mindset, and banishes those first in the morning demons, if you get them, of your mind, kicks your ass and gets you into a better vibration. So this is a really good book to have, and I take it everywhere with me on holiday because I like to keep that routine up. So, and you never get bored of them because you read an affirmation every day. So that is the first book. I'll do the second Kyle Gray book. So basically, if you're looking to enhance your knowledge on the angels, the archangels, then this is the best book to read by Kyle Gray. It's all about using angel energy to help with your everyday life. What angels can help with, unblocking certain chakras, what crystals you can use with angel energy, how you can heal and ask for forgiveness through the nature of the angels and loving nature of the angels through affirmations and writing and things like that. So it's a really good book to have. So Wings of Forgiveness by Kyle Gray, fully recommend that. And obviously if you don't have a bookmark and you're a fat bastard like me, then use animal bars. They're the best chocolate ever and I'm not guilty. So I just collect them and use them as bookmarks, and it makes me happy to be on, so that's all that matters. Okay, the next one. It's really popular. I've seen this all over Instagram at the minute, so I thought I'd join in the hype, and it's really good. Vex King is an author, an Instagram hun, he's an influencer on there as well about good vibrations. Yeah, he's not one of those, you know, influencers that gets their ass out and stuff, but he's one of those that encourages good vibrations, so that's what I meant by that one. Yeah, so Vex King is an author that he puts things in a real modern day approach, I suppose, and he's a very spiritual human, but he's just down to earth with how he is. So this one is basically how you can have an introduction to, I suppose, law of attraction and being the best spiritual human that you can be in everyday life, such as the people you're around, how you apply yourself around people, your friends, your relationships, and it makes you evaluate your life. So this is Good Vibes, Good Life, how self-love is the key to unlocking your greatness. So I suppose it kind of, this book takes you away from your circle and your influence around you, such as your friendship groups, and encourages you to work on yourself a bit more so you can see if you are around the right people. And it's helped a lot of people, to be honest, so I'd fully recommend this book. So that is Good Vibes, Good Life. By the way, with reading as well, don't think I smashed out these books, like, I don't know why I did that then, but emphasis bitch. Don't think I smashed out these books in like 3 months, because I didn't. I'm like an in-between reader, so I like to read 2 books at a time, baby. So it can take me like a month to finish a book, or sometimes it can be like 2 to 3 days, depending how ADHD I'm feeling. So yeah, so just take your time with reading. But what I would definitely suggest is that when you feel like just slobbing out and watching Netflix, don't do that. First of all, read. So even if you take half an hour of your, say, Netflix time, your mind and your body and, you know, your vibration will thank you at the end of it, because you're actually doing something to help yourself and to improve yourself as a person, basically. Even if it is reading just a book a day, like half an hour or even 20 minutes before you go to bed, honestly, you'll see your mood and your habits change completely. So I highly recommend using some of your Netflix time, put that aside and read. Okay lads, so quick pep talk there. Hope you feel motivated to read, Hans. The next book is by Kirsty Gallagher, and that is Lunar Living. And I think I got this book from The Works, actually. And I think it was like, I don't know if they still got it on sale, but I think it was like £6. But you can get it from Amazon as well. Everyone loves a next day Dell, don't they? So this is Lunar Living. Lunar Living, so if you know me as a person, I love the moon. Anything to do with the moon, I think she's just the girl, basically. Like, you know, you've seen full moons, new moons, everything. I'm out there, out in the garden doing my weird shit. Weird shit to some people, but witchy to others. Yeah, so I love the lunar circles. Lunar magic is just the best, because you don't realise how much of your moods are linked up to the moon. Obviously, girls, you know, the time of the month and all that. There's 28 days in there, so we are basically living lunar cycles. You know, like we have a full moon, new moon, we have our time of the month. So you'll learn to work your body around your lunar cycles, and you'll see a toxic cycle come back until you break it on a certain moon cycle. So if it's like a waning moon, you'll see a certain attribute of your life crop up, or a certain, say, trauma that you have crop up in your life, until you do something about it and dig deep, do some shadow work and improve from it. So this book basically teaches you, as you can tell I was proper into it, all about what cycles affect yourself with the moon, and how you can change your life with working with the moon as well, so you can manifest certain things as well. Helps with your sleep as well. I haven't got to that bit yet in the book. I'm like 3/4 of the way through. And just living, as she says, living with intention. So applying yourself with the moon cycles and live with intention. So that is the one by Kirsty Gallagher. Also follow her on Instagram as well, because she does live updates with the moon cycles and suns rising, moons rising, everything like that. So she explains it in great detail, and she's really good for yoga tips too. So give her a follow on here because she's mint. The next book I have is by Deepak Chopra. This is the 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. This book I read on our second lockdown, actually. Remember when it was really sunny, everyone was having a mint time, people were furloughed, the sun was shining, everyone was having a barbecue every day, because why not? It was one of them, and I finished this book literally while sunbathing in like an hour, maybe hour and a half. And this has been one of the most influential books and gave me a kick up the arse, because I realised that I was learning about different spiritual mediums, but I wasn't applying them in my day-to-day life. And this one just basically gives you a real approach on how to apply spiritual mediums to, say, your day-to-day life. So they've got one like the law of intention and desire. So a part of this book is, I will make a list of all my desires and I'll carry this list with me everywhere I go. And I definitely do that because I've got a law of attraction diary, and I write all the goals in there that I have, and I take that diary with me everywhere, because I realised I was, say, setting goals for myself, but I wasn't applying them in my day-to-day life. And then 3 months would go past and I would get really frustrated with myself. And this book gives you just tips on how to apply that in your day-to-day life, in other words. So by seeing your goals every day and making steps towards your goals, that does help. So it gives you a kick up the arse that you need. And I really like the fact that, you know, these books I've recommended to yourself aren't just, say, go in a room for 5 hours and meditate there, you know, you've got to dance naked all the time. It allows you, do you know what I mean, under the moonlight. It's not one of those ideals almost. It's basically all about applying your spiritual medium where you work, whether it be tarot, crystal healing, energy work, moon cycles. It's all about applying that to your day-to-day life. And that's what I really enjoy, because some books, I suppose, or some even Instagram pages can be really preachy, like a spiritual ego will kick in and then they'll be like, well, if you don't do this for so many hours a day, you're not spiritual. And it's like, no, like that is not what being spiritual is about. It's all about learning how to apply your mind, body and soul, how to increase your vibration, but doing it in a way that works for you every day or when you can. And that's what I really enjoy about these books, because I won't preach to you saying you need to meditate every day for an hour, but you know, you've got 3 little kids at home, because you know, it's all about finding that routine that works for you. So that's what it's all about. So I thoroughly recommend that, especially if you're a very busy human, you've run businesses or any you've got kids, that really will help you to, you know, find that 10 minutes to yourself and give you a kick up the arse that you may need. Okay, ooh, I'm trying to balance here. Anyone who's got Ugg slippers and they're really like chunky, I've fallen over so many times with them because they're like little platforms, so I just was wobbling around here as you do. Last book, so saves me waffling on even more. Soz hens, but not soz. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Feck, by Mark Manson. So apparently this is the #1 New York Times bestseller, which I can believe. Also, quick disclaimer before, see this here. So our little Miliana, and by here. So Miliana was a rescue dog, and you know, with rescue dogs you need to build them up for times that they could be left if they advised, you know, dogs can be left. So I would literally, when I first had Millie, pop to the shop and then come straight back. So I'd leave Millie for like maybe half an hour to build up that, because she had really bad separation anxiety, so I was just building it up bit by bit as they recommend. And she used to destroy all my stuff. Like 2 years later now, she is an absolute angel. But when I first had her, she just used to throw temper tantrums, and unfortunately my book had it. So at least I've got that story to tell, which I like looking at this book and think, oh Millie, you were a little fucker back in the day, but I love you loads still, so it's all good. I'll forgive her for that. But see, make the most of your imperfections as well. That's a tip on life, and you'll learn that through the Spiritual Success book. And with this, my therapist recommended this book for you. If you don't have a therapist, I would highly recommend one, even if you are the most strongest spiritual human ever, or you have wobblies all the time. No matter what human you are, getting professional help and guidance honestly makes the world of difference to your life. You know, if affordability is an issue, then the NHS, they have loads of systems. I know that unfortunately there's a bit of a waiting list at the minute, but hold on, because it's so worth it once you get through to a therapist and you explore yourself a bit deeper. And she recommended this book to me basically because I used to be quite a sensitive person, and I had this book like 3 years ago, and I've become a bit of a tough nut now, which I needed to, because I just used to take offence to everything or overthink everything. And that's when basically my spiritual journey started, but that's another story. But this book is, yeah, says what it is in the title, but it gives you the author's story, so pretty much the life story and what he learnt from it all. But it doesn't give you like any airs and graces, it's just straight to the point. You know, it's not that crude, but there's a few moments in there which will make you chuckle, also make you have an epiphany moment type thing. And I fully recommend this book, because once you apply this to your own life as well, you'll notice that your mindset will change, and definitely the people that you're around will change as well. Yeah, it's all about like getting through the hard times, but then when you get through the hard time, you look back and you kind of have to giggle about it. And I think loads of us can apply that to our own individual journeys. I know I definitely can, but it's all about becoming the best you in the present, and not, you know, looking too much into the future and getting anxious, or not looking too much into the past and getting depressed. It's all about just enjoying the stories that you've had, but you're here now, and apply the best you now. So I thoroughly recommend this book by all means. So guys, get reading. I'd love any more recommendations that you have. I'm always looking for new books, new recommendations. Also, I'll be popping out, say, some quotes from these books, you know, in our Mindful Monday pages, things like that. So by all means, if you've got any questions about the books, or you need any further recommendations for a certain chapter, whether it be, say, crystal healing, something like that, just pop us a message and we are happy to reply to you, huns. Yes, so by all means, stay safe, stay well, and we will see you soon. Thanks for watching.